Good morning, everybody. Just gonna give you a quick overview of what I got done here at the Kennedy Estates. We got all this cleared off. My plan is to build a wall, probably one of those concrete block walls, over along through here. I've got a place where I can get plenty of backfill, and it's gonna widen my yard about 30 feet. And we'll probably do the same down through here. I'll have to take all these trees out, so that'll be a fun couple of days of work this winter when things are slow. So let's jump in Wilbur, and I'll tell you what we got going on our job today. Today's project is going to be up in Burnsville, North Carolina. It's going to be a pretty easy driveway project. It's washed out pretty bad. We just got to get up there. I'm taking old Yeller here because there's a switchback going up that driveway, and we really need to widen that thing out because they are going to be doing construction, and it can be a real pain and actually increase cost when the materials trucks just can't go right up to the job site and they've got to shuttle that material. So we'll be definitely widening that one curve out. Well, they're doing some kind of big construction here on this road. Don't want to, just assume we can go around. A little bit wider than most cars. Gotta take care of our maintenance workers. I know what it's like to be on having to load and unload in the road, people not care. Wasn't for them, we wouldn't have no water. Personally, I like to bathe daily. We still got old Wilbur rolling with us today. They got the parts ordered for Orville. So I'm just going to take my time doing the grading on this job because it's a pretty long haul from the quarry up in Burnsville to the job site. And that's one thing about, you know, you get out farther away from the bigger cities, everything is more spread out. You got to haul material farther typically, and that can be hard to win bids because a lot of times, not always, but people are typically, when they live farther out, a lot of times they are on a tighter budget. And we try to work with everybody. I try to make the job, you know, on a budget that's comfortable for the customer. I don't want them to feel like they're having to bore every last cent they got into it. I know what it's like to live $1 to the next, so I don't want to cause that on anybody. There are times that we just can't get on budget, but we try to. Of course, naturally, the farther you've got to haul material, the more you have to charge. So, not a whole lot. And that's the good thing about this job. I've got time. I'm not pushed to get to the next job, so I can be a little bit lighter footed on the fuel and travel at slower speeds to burn less fuel. And that way, I can keep my overhead down, which keeps the customer's overhead down. So anybody who's a customer out there, if you are on a tighter budget, you know, try to get your work done in the winter time. Us guys who are, you know, when we're slower, and I know some guys that it's a drastic change, you know, it's a big change in price, because most of us, I like to think most of us like to work, and we don't like to get bored. So when we start getting bored, we'll start working cheaper just to have something to do. Again, I'm taking my time. It's going to be probably 2 more days before we can get Orville back, the newer truck, and hopefully I can just hold out until I get it back to shuttle our material. It costs us a lot more to operate Wilbur than the new truck, so in keeping my budgets down, I'm just going to stretch it out a little bit. We're going to get the job done in a timely fashion for the customer. But we don't have to push too hard. Excavator, and I might ought to put some fuel in the truck too. All right. Now that I have my croissant, we can move on to fueling the equipment. Thing we can touch on today is kind of strategic fueling. It was something I had to do a lot when I drove a truck over the road, you know, cross country, North Carolina, Florida, all the way out to California. And part of my daily trip plan was where I was going to fuel. And for example, doing this local work, every pound that you put in a truck, on a trailer, that you've got to pull, adds cost. Every single pound, you know, most people don't think it makes a difference, you know, but say you're a real young person, you're starting this stuff when you're 25 years old, and you're going to be hauling back and forth for 50 years, working, every pound will add up. You gotta think about that. So, like when I'm finishing up on one job, I don't come up to the last hour and think, well, the excavator needs fuel, and I fill it all the way up. You know, I'll run it out until it's nearly empty. Same thing with the truck. Coming down to the end of a job, you want everything starting to get empty. And that way, the weight that you have to pull to the next job is less. So you want that excavator empty, you want the truck, you know, nearly empty, and you want to put just enough fuel in that truck to pull the load, excavator, equipment, whatever, to the next job site. So you want to keep your weights down. Today, for example, we've got just over a quarter tank in the truck itself. The excavator's got about a quarter to an eighth of a tank to a quarter, and I'm going to get as close to the job site as I can without having to go past it to get fuel. So we're gonna stop up in Weaverville at the Ingalls. I've never gotten bad fuel there, and they've got a lower price than most places. Ingalls is a grocery store in our local area. And I'm just gonna fill the excavator up, because between today and tomorrow, I'm just gonna be doing grading. And I just need enough fuel in the truck to drive back home tonight. We'll be stopping by Valley Truck Service to drop the trailer off to get some brake work done on it, and then we'll be just driving the Jeep to commute back up there tomorrow to finish up the grading. You got to think about every single thing that affects your overhead. Some people want to stop and fuel up before they ever make the trip, and that's just, you know, you're throwing money away out the tailpipe. You're just burning it out. You figure this little truck right here holds 150 pounds, or I'm sorry, 150 gallons if I filled it all the way up. For the most part, I leave my passenger side tank turned off and nearly empty. I'll leave a little bit of reserve in there, but I just run on the driver's side tank. And I usually don't fill it up more than half unless I'm just going way out and I just want to make sure I got enough fuel to get back home. Now the excavator is concerned, like on the job site, I'll fill it up. You know, if I'm going to be there for a week or two, I'll fill it up. But like I say, toward the end of the job, start running that sucker empty. My excavator holds 20 gallons. That adds up to a lot of weight. I'll have to run the math for you guys sometime on just how much difference in weight. Like the truck gets about 1,000 pounds. That's half a ton of weight. And if you've been hauling, you know, very much, you know, it's easiest to fill. Like if I'm just running the dump truck and I go to the quarry and I tell them I want a half a ton, then it doesn't, I can't feel it, you know, as far as holding the truck back, but it's there, and it is costing me money to haul, as opposed to running empty. So, keep your weights down as much as you can, until it's time to haul material. And then you'll learn, you know, with experience, how much you can haul at one time max to save your customers money and for you to make the most profit. Well, let's get on up to the fuel stop, get some fuel, and I probably won't have you guys back on until we're on the job site. our curve in question. So it's not super steep, but you know, the road, the shoulders are too high, so water's channeling down the tracks and washing their gravel out. So that's easy to fix. We're going to take these edges where they've cut this road in out of the bank, and we're just going to cut it and let it roll off to the sides. And we're just going to work our way down through here. And from standing up there, you can see that this road goes down and it just drops off. We're going to make it more of a consistent grade. We're going to cut all this shoulder off. It's just right now holding water. It's useless. It's not doing any good. And we're just going to go right on through this curve. It's kind of deceiving how it makes it not look quite as steep, but it is. So they've tried to, looks like patch this with some wash stone, and it looks like it's stayed put pretty good. I'm going to move this ditch line over quite a bit, and by doing, I'm going to cut the grass off the top and pull material back in, and we're going to make this road actually curve around right along where the edge of that ditch line is currently, pushing this road out wider and making it easier for our trucks to go around through here. So let's cut that shoulder and see how that works out. We don't need silt fence because there's a lot of this tall weeds and grass that's going to catch any silt that's left to cause any problems. So let's get to work. Now, one thing to note, as always, where I'm cutting virgin ground, it's going to be compacted, but as soon as I cut that material, anything rolling out is going to be fluffed up and soft. So as I'm pushing material into this old ditch line, what I'm going to have to do is make sure that I don't deposit 6 inches of fluffed dirt without tracking over it and compacting it in, because the ground pressure on these tracks per square inch is nearly nothing compared to a loaded dump truck. You can imagine that the full length of those tracks is distributing 20,000 pounds of almost constant pressure throughout the whole track. When I bring a dump truck through here, we're going to be weighing about 33,000 pounds in the single axle, and it has 6 tires, and each contact patch is about that big. So if you divide all that weight by those few square inches, you know, you've got a lot more pressure in one spot. So even if we track with this machine, if we go over 6 inches deep, we're not compacting more than that deep. But when that dump truck comes through and it's got the bed raised up and potentially leaning to one side, putting even more pressure on that side, it's going to sink, and it's going to compress more than the 6 inches that this will, and could potentially drop enough to pitch that bed and turn the truck over. So you got to watch out for yourself if you're hauling your own material, or two, watching out for your contractors who are going to be hauling for you. They're counting on you to make sure that that road bed is safe and ready for them to spread on. We've actually been able to widen it that way, and we're going to be able to come this way a little bit. I'm going to try to leave this gravel in here because that's nothing but clay, and once it's packed, it's really slick, and that would make it pretty difficult to go up and around this curve with a dump truck before there's material down. So I'm going to put you guys up a little bit higher, and that way y'all can see how I essentially use the grade of this road to just follow it around through the curve. Now then, we've got this corner cut out, and I got that high spot cut off. Only thing next is to get Orville and see what he's made of. I don't anticipate him to be able to climb this slick hard packed clay, but we'll see that here in a day or two. I'm gonna let this stuff dry out. There's quite a bit of gravel mixed in with it, so yep, I think that's gonna do nicely. We're gonna go about 75 feet up that way with new road bond and come all the way out down to there, and then there's a spot up top that we're gonna end up dressing too. But I'm gonna call that a day, and we'll see you guys on the next video.